The views and opinions expressed during this program are entirely those of the show's hosts and do not necessarily reflect those of Rude Rangers Entertainment, its investors, management, advertisers, or staff. Don't sue us, y'all. We don't have any money.
Hey, good people, you're listening to Rudy Radio, powered by Rude Rangers Entertainment. I'm Yvonne, the Motivator Man, and this is He Said, She Said, a show that explores all types of topics from the male and
The male and P what?
Email. I'm sorry. Oh, gosh.
All right.
I went from female to perspective and it came out female. Okay, I'm sorry. All right.
Right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, good people. You're listening to Rudy Radio, powered by Rude Rangers Entertainment. I'm Yvonne, the Motivator Man, and this is He Said, She Said, a show that explores all types of topics from the male and female perspective. We're going to make you laugh. A few of you might cry, but most of all, we're going to make you think. Do me a favor and share this episode with as many people as possible on social media. You can text them to tune in. If they're in the house with you, tell them, come on, sit down and listen with you. Always, always, always share your comments below in the chat section. And if you happen to have a topic that you would like for us to discuss, add that also. My co-host is very quiet, and when he's quiet, something's wrong. So let me bring him in here before he burn down the house or blow up a refrigerator or something. Hey, no.
Nothing's wrong. I'm blessed and highly favored once again.
Uh-oh, there goes that highly favored blessing.
Yeah, I'm on location, so I'm making it happen. I'm down here in Jacksonville, Florida.
Oh, FLA. All right. Yeah. Well, can I do a shout out to my cousins that are in Panama City?
Oh, yes, definitely. We got some listeners down here in Jacksonville, Florida now.
Okay. Well, you know what? To my cousins down there in Panama City, hey, Pam, hey, Sheila, hey, Mann.
Yeah, shout out.
All right. Hey, Tiffany, hey, Serena, and hey, Zed. Now, my cousin Zed is an excellent rapper.
Oh, okay.
So your folks in Jacksonville know.
Let me shout out to my Uncle Al, Aunt Jewel, Aunt Debbie, my mother, of course,
all right.
Fred. Let me give everybody a shout out down here, too.
All right, Mom, we're praying for you. We got you, Mom. We got you. Yes. We got you. That's right. Yeah. Oh, and I got my aunt died. My aunt Dorothy. So.
Oh, that was my nana's name.
Dorothy? Yeah, because it's different when you're a Dorothy and when you a Dot. A Dot, listen, you could cook. You got a nice shape till the day you die.
Slick mouth if you're a Dot. You got a slick mouth if you're a Dot.
Oh, most definitely. But my aunt got her mouth is slick with Jesus because my uncle was a Pentecostal preacher. So when she cut you with the word of God.
So what's today's topic? Today's topic is the top 5 things you could not do as a kid that kids can do today.
Oh my God! Listen.
Where you want to start? You start or you want to start?
No, can I please start? Can I please start? Oh my goodness. The one thing we could not do is talk and run our mouths back to our...
What happens in the house stays in the house.
No, I'm not even saying that. I'm saying talking back to your parents, specifically. Specifically, SPECIFY. F.Y. Lee, specifically. I spelled it wrong on purpose. Yo mama. Oh no. Oh no. To the point where when we're in the store and kids say something reckless, my daughter will look at me and she'd be like, ooh, I would have died 500 times. You would have prayed, brought me back so you could kill me one final time.
You couldn't talk back to any adult, not just your parents, not just your aunts, your uncles, any adult. The cashier, you couldn't talk back to the cashier. Your teacher, what? You couldn't talk back? You know talking back?
And you know my father?
Talk back means you want your teeth in the back of your damn mouth. That's what that meant.
Yeah, and you were you always heard you was raised better than that. My father used to tell me, if they taller than you, you can't talk back. Now you know how short I am. I've always been short, but I've always been short.
Can't talk back. I like that.
But look how short I am. Most humans are taller than me, and I'm an adult now, so that means I still can't talk back. That's right. Wow. If they taller than you, you can't talk back to them. You know, and I see kids in the store. Oh, mommy, can I have this? No, you can't. I said, listen, I said, I want that. I'm not going to get that for you. Now, and I saw this go down in Home Goods. You know, that's where the bougie people ain't got no money go to get bougie stuff on sale. So the little girl said, mommy, I want that. She said, no. She didn't ask because I want that. Her mother said, no. I said, I want it. The mother said, no. Now, the mother had her foot wrapped up. Do you know that girl kicked that woman's foot? And she said, why would you do that? You see that my foot is hurt. I said I want it, and then she stomped on it.
Let me tell you something.
I was standing there like, little girl, I will snatch you out that dress butt naked. I will whip you the way you should be whipped. I will throw you back in that dress, spin you around, and you will act much better.
There are things that used to happen when we went to the store. Number one, you can be left in the car. And I mean, you can be left in the car up to hour and a half, 2 hours. Crack them windows so you can get some air. And you better not touch nothing in that car. You could be left in the car, and I mean for hours, not just 5 minutes. Crack these windows, you'll sit in this car. This is pre-cell phones. You better have a book, a magazine, something to write something, or you was gonna be sitting there twiddling your thumbs. That was one. And the second one was, you used to get the speech before you walked through the store. Oh yeah. Don't you ask for nothing. Don't you look at nothing. Don't you touch nothing. See, you used to get the conversation.
You know, your mother was nice. She let you sit in the car. My mother let you know, I'll leave you in the store. And if we at Sunrise Mall, that's about a 30-minute walk. You can make it home. You ain't gonna die.
Oh no, we lived in an area that literally walking to the deli was at least a 2-mile walk. No. It wasn't just to get you some Jolly Ranchers, some penny cake was a 2-mile walk. That's where we lived, and Rudy can tell you. But don't you fix your mouth to ask, can you get what? Don't you dare ask for nothing. And you know what was the treat if you left in the car, if you stay in the car? If they turned them keys backwards and let you listen to the radio. That was nice.
That was nice. That was really nice. That was nice. Yeah, my parents when they did that. But you want to laugh? My daughter still gets that speech. My grandchildren get that speech. I'm serious. My grandson is 2, but it's so automatic. I'm like, I'm gonna go in here in the store. Now see, I ain't playing with you. Do not get in this store and act like you light skinned and fall out.
Why are you light skinned?
Because I'm really saying another skin color.
Yeah, oh, okay.
Don't get in here and fall out, because he has a habit of, when he doesn't get his way, he just stretches right out. And we just walk over him and walk away, and then he realizes, let me get myself together. So my speech is, don't get in here and act like and fall out. And Claire, do not push your brother out the wagon. And Jill, no yelling at the kids. Now, my daughter is 35 going on 36. She's still getting the speech.
And let me tell you something. used to, I just lost my train of thought. I'm getting old, girl.
Listen, it happens.
I'm getting old. Oh, society, there it is. Society has changed.
Yes.
Because society used to walk by you in the car with your three brothers by yourself for hours. Right. Now, they wouldn't say nothing. They would have a second thought, call no police, CPS, nothing. You leave a child in the car for 5 minutes. You leave a dog in the car for 5 minutes.
That's right.
What's going to happen?
They're gonna call the authorities, but I still say the same thing I said when my daughter was young. Go ahead and call them. You got 2 deaths on your hand, hers and yours. I don't have a problem. I have a problem. See, the thing is that I'm gonna raise my kid, because if I don't, then the system will.
Talk about it.
And I'm not gonna kill my child. I'm gonna make sure that my child is raised right. But if by chance the system gets their hands on my child, I may never be able to hug my child again. I will never be able to put my hands on my child again. So I tell you this, if I'm not abusing my child, then there's no reason for you to say anything. You got all that meat on your behind. Trust me, if I take my hand and I tear up my 2-year-old grandson, and he's almost out of Pampers, but not totally there, trust me, he's only feeling half of it. And the reason why he's crying is because his shishi, which they call me, is angry. It ain't because it hurt, because that Negro got a pamper on. Now, somebody will see me in the store and say, oh my God, that baby, that's a shame. Let me call somebody. Okay, so everybody listen, I want you to know right now, you see me in the store, and my grandchildren are rough. Them some bad kids, I'm telling you right now. And you see me pop my grandson, and you call, you better make sure it's anonymous, because if I find out it's you, the same thing that I gave to him, I'm going to give to you. And you won't be able to take it as well as him, because you ain't got no pamper on.
Wow. So you going to spank adults on their behind?
Listen, it's not going to be on your behind, but my hand is going to your body in a humble fashion.
But you are 100% right.
Yeah, it's a shame.
You better not say nothing crazy. You better not say crazy about your house. You tell a secret. Go ahead, I'll tell you. Go ahead, tell a secret.
Now come on, that's number 2. We still on number 1. No, we still on number 1.
No, let it come back, because somebody told Mom missing her pinky toe. You are deemed untrustworthy. You are deemed untrustworthy, and you're no longer loyal. You're no longer loyal.
I want you to stop, because that's number 4. We're going to discuss that. Right now, we discussing. You acted out in the store, and you talking back in the store. Because we going to save that part about being disloyal. That was a good one. Now, we're going to go to break. And if by chance you got some bad kids, in this break, talk to them. Let them know. I'm watching. He said, she said. Now, I want you to sit down and shut up and don't be bothering me, because every time you see me watching someone on telephone, you act crazy. Go ahead. Go. We're going to break. Give your kid the talk. We'll be right back.
Dave, and my prices are doozy box. Come into LI Telecom at 2287 Route 112, Medford, New York, or call me at 631-833-9679. I dare you!
Like this.
Yes, and we're back. We're back with He Said, She Said. My co-host, Yvonne, the Motivator Man from Determined Women of Destiny. And myself, Noel Epps from Not Just Sports by Noel Epps. I'm on every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. And Yvonne, when is your show on?
My show is on Friday, Determined Women of Destiny, Friday, 7 p.m. on Rude Rangers Unite. And then on Tuesday, that's right after the show at 8 o'clock, there's Dear Daughter. Dear Daughter is common conversation discussed in an uncommon way. It's for my younger women, like 30 and under. I mean, it's for everybody, but I'm really, really talking to the heart of my younger sisters to, just help them navigate through, life. It's hard when you're younger. So I just want to give a couple of tips to help them. Determined Women of Destiny is a show for female entrepreneurs, a chance to highlight their products and services. So if you happen to be a female entrepreneur, you're listening to the show, please, 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 in the comments, give me your name and your email address, and I would love to have you on my show. Thanks for that plug.
Okay. Today we're discussing the top 5 things you could not do as a kid that you can do today. Number 5, talk back.
Ooh, Jesus.
Watch your mouth. You better not say nothing. That's still a rule in my house, by the way. Oh, yeah. Don't say nothing to me, because that means you want these hands and maybe these feet. That's all it means.
No, you do want that foot. You do.
Yeah.
You want that foot right in your butt. And my mother will tell you, my mother will tell you, we going to the hospital too, because they're going to amputate your butt because I want my shoe back. Okay.
They cuter when they quiet. Oh, they cuter when they quiet.
Oh my gosh.
Number 4.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have a bill in your child's name today. Oh, we used to have bills in our name. Light bill, phone bill, water bill. Hello, I speak to Noel Epps. Noel Epps don't live here. He's 9 years old. How Noel Epps got a water bill? We used to have bills in our name. These kids ain't got no bills in their name. They don't know about having bad credit at 13 years old. They don't know nothing about that.
Shut up! And my daughter's gonna have a fit telling her business and mine. But my daughter wanted a cell phone at 16, and I said, absolutely not. There's no reason for a cell phone. I don't need you to have a cell phone. So my daughter went to go get this cell phone on her own. She comes back home. Yo, Mom, why am I in collections? I'm like, what? Why am I in collections for the phone bill? I had 2 phones. Remember Z-Tel?
Yes.
Yes. And Z-Tel said, oh, you can call all you want to locally. But they never told you where locally was. So you just on the phone talking and you getting $500 bills.
Yeah. Here's the call in the middle of science class from bill collectors. She is science class getting a call from bill collectors.
No, she couldn't even get the phone because she said, I'm in collection.
Yeah. And she was all 15 years old. See, you can't do that. These kids is hip to credit. Now you gotta ask your baby. Is it okay? Is it okay to put this phone bill in your name? Then they have family plans. How you 13 years old with a whole family? That's what the TNT is asking you now. It's different today.
This is my question. It's not that it's the kids got hip. I thought the utility companies and phone companies got hip, and they would check it because see, all you had to do was give your name and a social security number. Now I think they're checking to see that, see the age of this person, and you can't do that no more. You cannot put your light bill in a 3-year-old.
People have it just to put the bills in their name.
Yes.
When did that stop?
When it stopped, when I started making better money and I could take care of us. That's why. Listen, I did what I had to do to get by. I was a single parent.
Of course you did, like everybody else did.
Listen, I was a single parent, a homeowner, and a brand new car driver, and I was trying to make the E and the S a ends meet, and it would go from E to N, but never to D and S. You know, I was always running.
Mama used to play paintball.
Listen,
middle name to pay Adam.
Listen, my daughter had her finger hut. My daughter says it's a shame to this day. I can't get finger hut because I'm still in collections.
Finger hut, that's the first eBay. Finger hut is the first eBay.
You know, finger hut, I don't even know if they have a catalog anymore. I think it's all online.
Finger hut is the first eBay. Or that Sears catalog.
Yes.
That book was thicker than the Bible. That Sears catalog. And looking through there, I used to say catalog for other things, but that's besides the point. But that Sears catalog.
Did you?
Credit cards in your baby name. You had all types of baby name.
I couldn't get credit cards. That's a little bit much. I don't know if you can do that. But did you roll your weed in the Sears catalog?
No. Let's just say in the Sears catalog, there were some attractive lingerie models. Let's just say that.
Oh my God.
I had to go to the lingerie station, you know.
Lingerie.
The lingerie portion of the catalog.
Oh my God.
Yeah, those were the days.
Listen, catalogs. We don't have them anymore. But yes, your baby could have been in collections. Like I said, my daughter still can't get a finger hut. No credit from Finger Hut. And I don't care because there ain't nothing in Finger Hut for me, no way.
There's no Finger Hut, people. Stop acting like there's still Finger Hut running around here.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
People know what Finger Hut is. Because a lot of people don't know.
Google Finger Hut and it'll pop right up and you can order what you want. And no, I am mistaken. They do still have a catalog. It's just not as thick. Yes.
Physical catalog.
Yes, Finger Hut is still around and there's a physical catalog. It's just thinner.
Wow. That's to me.
Yeah.
How old do you have to be
to
be having a Finger Hut catalog sent to your home? By a show of hands, how many people in here have a Finger Hut catalog? How many of our listeners have a Finger Hut catalog? Put them thumbs up if you have a Finger Hut catalog. Oh no, Rudy said he got a Finger Hut catalog.
If you ever had anything to do with Finger Hut, they will send you a catalog. I don't care if it was in 1962. If your address is still the same, periodically you will get a Finger Hut catalog because that's good business. We don't know. You may still want something. You may still want, and I still have my P.O. box. So every now and then I'll get a catalog.
Finger Hut catalog.
Now for the ladies, I know y'all remember Spiegels. What? Spiegels. Baby Spiegels had the outfits. Yes, honey.
Did your baby have a Finger Hut account?
Yeah. She wasn't a baby. She was a teen. Yeah, I did an account in her name because I had an account in my name and I didn't pay it. So I wanted some stuff for the house, so I put it in her name. Oh my God! I hope nobody working for Finger Hut here, because now they're coming for me and my daughter. Oh Lord, we going to jail for Finger Hut fraud.
Epps, Noel Epps, Shelby Epps. Shout out to your mama and your daddy, because you don't have a bill in your name. Shout out to Marie Epps. Yeah. Shout out to Noel Epps for not putting the water bill Dante Epps' name, the home phone bill in Shelby Epps' name, and the electricity bill in Nolan Epps' name. How lucky are y'all?
Well, I tell you this, the key word was shout out to Marie and Noel.
That's true.
Because see, Yvonne had one checkup in there and had a part-time gig that she was working.
I'm not knocking your hustle.
No, I'm just saying. When you have 2 paychecks in the house, it's a lot easier than one. And we're not talking about rent. We're talking about mortgage.
Yeah. No, I'm not knocking your hustle.
Yeah.
I'm saying, listen, as a kid, I had a couple bills in my name. And the thing about it is, sometimes the kids don't even know. I didn't even know about it.
No. No, Jill had no idea. When she decided to go behind my back and say, you know what, I'm going to get my own phone, she had a hell of a surprise when they found out, oh, your credit bad. My credit's bad. I'm 16.
You know what I just recognized? I just recognized this. That's probably why Mama didn't want me to answer the phone half the time. Because they would call and say, hello, is Noel Epps here? I would say, yeah, I was 9 years old. Yeah, I'm Noel Epps. That's probably why she didn't want me. I'm just recognizing that 50 years old.
Yeah, I used to say all the time, oh no, she's not in right now. Well, do you know when she'll be back in? I don't know. Well, can you have her call us? Give me the number. Okay, we're gonna go to break. And all y'all that got bills in your child's name, this break is for y'all to repent, look at your bills, and try to rearrange them so your kids won't have bad credit by the time they 6. All right, we'll be right back, y'all. We'll be right back.
Oh, hell no!
Round 3.
Hey, good people, it's Yvonne, the Motivator Man from Determined Women of Destiny. My co-host is Noel Epps from Not Just Sports by Noel Epps, and you are listening to He Said, She Said. Now, my show, Determined Women of Destiny, you can check it out as every Friday, 7 p.m. on the Rude Rangers Unite Facebook page. And Noel's show you can check out every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Noel likes to tell you, listen to him before you go to church. I know Noel.
That's right.
If you're going to church, don't listen to Noel. So make sure you listen to Noel and then go to later service. Okay?
Let me do a shout out to my people down here in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm down here in Florida. The weather is nice.
Okay.
Nice coming from New York, but hey, I'm here enjoying myself, enjoying my family. Okay, tomorrow I'll be in Orlando. I'll be in Orlando tomorrow. So,
all right.
Today we're discussing the top 5 things you could not do as a kid that kids can do today. Number 5, we couldn't talk back.
You better not.
You couldn't talk back. Watch your mouth. You couldn't talk back to any adult. I don't give a damn. The adult could be autistic. You better not say nothing to that adult.
In my family, if you were taller than me,
I like that.
I had
if
to
they're
respect
taller
you.
than you, keep your mouth shut.
But remember, I'm a short person. My nickname in my family for years was Squirt because I couldn't grow. So even my friends was taller than me, and I still couldn't talk.
That was number 5. Number 4, you can't have a bill in your baby's name today. You can't have a bill in your baby's name today. We had all types of bills in our name. Water bills, credit card bills, telephone bills, light bills, sewer bills. Why the sewer bill in a 5-year-old boy name?
Because
they got a sewer bill.
They got to go to the bathroom too.
Number 3. What you got for number 3?
Okay, for number 3, what I have is, you had started it and I stopped you. What's said in this house was done in this house. Stays in this house. I do not understand kids, how they run their mouth so much about what's in their house. We would have rather faced a firing squad than to repeat something that happened in our house. And you know, one of the perks about being a Sunday school teacher is kids tell all their business.
Yo, let me tell you something.
All their business.
Today's kid is a rat fink.
What?
Today's kid is a whole rat. They got this whole snitching thing. These kids have this whole don't snitch thing. The first ones to snitch is the damn kid. The kid. Just watch First 48. The first ones to snitch all the time is these babies of today. Oh, we was holding a secret, boy. I can't even tell you about how many secrets I got to this day.
But remember what your mother said, because you know grandmas always try to pick the kids for the information that the parents won't tell them. And your mother would tell you, when you go into grandma's house, okay, you go into grandma's house, shut your mouth. If she has something to ask about me or your father, you tell her to ask me. But see, kids aren't given that now. And kids run their mouth. My mother used to be mad when my daughter used to say, well, Grandma, why don't you ask Mommy? Oh, never mind then. You're just fresh. And I would laugh.
That's exactly what used to happen.
You know, I would laugh.
Today's kid is a rat.
Yeah,
tell it like it is.
They will definitely, they will tell on you. They will tell the story. And for the first time in their life, they'll tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Any other time they lying. But now they don't tell the truth.
It wasn't just telling. Your parents used to tell you don't tell. Your parents used to leave you in the house and tell you don't answer the door.
That's right.
You better not answer this door.
No.
If you answer this door, when I come through it, it's going to be on and popping. Or the other one, don't answer this phone.
That's right. Because
answer the phone.
What happens in this house stays in this house.
And what happens in this house stays in this house.
That's right.
Let me tell you something. My mother used to do slick stuff like this. Go to work, come home, keys in the hand, knock on the door. You go ahead and answer that door. You go ahead and answer that door if you want. It was always a test. Or she called the house. She called the house. Or you had these codes. 2 rings, hang up, call back. 1 ring, hang up, call back. Then you can answer the 3rd ring. That's me.
No, see, you know my behavior, and I'm very mischievous. My mom was outside banging on the door one day for about an hour. And there was no cell phones at that time. And I said, no, Ma, because you said don't open the door for nobody.
That's right.
My mother was outside turning burgundy and blue.
In the house.
Ooh, she was mad. I was in the house hollering.
Think about what these kids have today.
Yeah.
Think about what these kids have today. They have caller ID.
Yep.
They have doorbells with cameras in it.
Yep.
I mean, think of how we grew up. You better not answer that door. Now, I'm gonna tell a little secret. Even though what stays in this house, what happens in this house stays in this house.
Miss Nina.
We used to have a little babysitter. A little babysitter used to, be our friend.
No, I didn't know she was your friend.
we used to like our babysitter.
Right? I bet you did.
She would get off the bus, right, and come knock on the door. Nobody's in the house, right, and then talk about, give me 5 cookies. So not only could you not answer this door, but it was always amazing to me how many times my mother knew how many cookies was in the cookie jar. Like she individually counted them. And she, this cookie jar look a little light today. You know how they have the jelly bean contest,
yep.
They put them in a jar and you have to count. You have to guess how many jelly beans is in the jar. I thought my mother could always win that contest.
I couldn't believe it when I was younger how my mother knew who ate what. And I forgot that my sister got home before me. So if the wrapper was on top, I did it. Okay, and if she looked further in the garbage, my sister did it because she got home first. I didn't realize that until I was grown with kids.
You always getting in trouble at different levels.
Listen.
Okay. So it was at the bottom of the garbage. She got home first. It was her.
Yeah.
At the top of the garbage.
Yeah.
It was.
Let me tell you something.
Smart, boy.
My mother could have been a FBI agent.
Your mama was smart, boy.
Oh my goodness. I grew up being so crafty because I had to always try to be one step ahead of my mother. You know, our house was old. Our house is about I'll say about 90 years old, my mother's house is. It started out as a summer home, and by the time they got to it, they started fixing up on it and made it an all-year live-around home. But the steps would creak. I knew exactly where to step so they couldn't hear me. I'm telling you, I'm like a stealth bomber. I can come in a room and you wouldn't even know it. I know how to open a door where you wouldn't hear it. I'm telling you, I am light on my feet because I had to be at 34 Stone Boulevard, Massapequa. Oh my God. My mother was crazy with that. Oh my God.
My mother used to put wind chimes on the doorknob. So every time you turned that doorknob thinking you was coming in late, you get ting-a-ling. No, these were actually wooden wood chimes. So we get clank-a-lank-a-lank, clank-a-lank-a-lank. We didn't have, what's that fancy, the shield. We didn't have those fancy security services. We had wooden wind chimes. That's what we had. Wooden wind chimes let everybody know you was home.
Our security system was Hayes Poole and his gun.
So you had best believe if you acted up in that house and you got a spanking, you got your butt whooped, or you had bet not talk about somebody's a mandated reporter, or you better deny it to the end. Because what happens in this house stays in this house. You had best to deny it.
Yes. I was a runner, you know. I couldn't just take my spankings. I was a runner. You had to run all over the house. And my father, who, you know, very rarely hit us, only when my mother forced him to, he knew I was a runner. So before I lifted up my foot, he would just catch me by the waist and just handle it. It was like 4 or 5 hits. He had big hands, and it was just scary because of my father. But my mother, she had a lot of nerve. She had the nerve to run behind me, okay, to get that.
I can't even tell you how many times I fell off a skateboard, and I don't even own a skateboard. I can't even tell you how many times I fell off a skateboard, this imaginary skateboard. Oh, I can't even tell you. Oh, I was picking up brand names and everything. Oh, we got it in Caldor.
Oh my God.
We got it in Caldor.
Yes. And my mother hit me one time across the face, and my eye was swollen. And, you know, she was like trying to, you know, put something on it so the swelling could go down. I kept moving. She said, "Stop. You can't go to school like this. And if somebody asks you, tell them you just ran into something." And I remember looking at her saying, "No, I'm going to tell them you hit me."
Uh-oh.
And my mother said,
"And you got a butt whooping for that, because what happens in this house stays in this house."
I'm telling you, I got a slick mouth. People don't know because my mother's sweet. My mother said, "Go ahead, tell them. I'll pack your bags tonight because all they're going to do is take you out the house."
That's true. Oh, that's true. Or I'll give you the phone number. Here, you call them yourself.
She said, "I'll pack your bags
Here's
tonight.
the phone number.
They're going to take you right out of this house." I was like,
That's a fact. That's a fact. You're right about that. I forgot about that.
What happens in this house stays in this house. You know, close your mouth.
Today's kid is disloyal rat. Today's
tell it all.
kids are disloyal rat think.
And like I was saying, you know, when you teach Sunday school, you hear everybody business. And one Sunday, I had this little girl pray, and you know, she said, "Lord, we thank you for the day. We thank you for all of our friends, and I hope that my mother and Sister Yvonne can be friends, because she talks about her so bad at home, and I love Sister Yvonne. Amen." What my eye opened up like, what? Your mom, you know, you get gangster, your mama talking about me, that's what you saying. And this little kid, her heart was so pure, because she's like, I just love you, and I just want my mother to love you like I do. And I'm like, no, she ain't going to.
Yeah, okay. You was ratting, little girl.
Right, but back in our day, we couldn't even say that. You know, that couldn't even happen. We couldn't be saying, "Oh Lord, I hope that my mother like Sister Adams the way I like Sister Adams," because my mom would be talking about Sister Adams. Somebody go back and tell my mother that.
Again,
I would not be sitting here.
Stays in this house. You know, every parent be talking about somebody else's parent. You know they do that. But as soon as you open your mouth and you tell, listen, you are disloyal, you are a liar, you are dumb, you are all type, you are a rat,
and to this day,
you a tattleteller,
to this day we're grown and we still do it. Someone asked me, why is it that your father and my father never got along? I said, well, since my father's dead, I can't ask him. Why don't you ask your father? And I know the reason, but I ain't telling it. And we going to break. And y'all think about...
We was raised differently.
We were raised well. Y'all think about all that stuff y'all been holding for your parents. And we gonna come back from break. And we'll talk a little bit.
Tell us a secret.
That's right.
It's all about humanity. It's all about humanity. Round 4.
Hey, and we're back. We're back with He Said, She Said, right here on Rude Ranges Radio. Okay, shout out to my co-host Yvonne Mann, and shout out to the listeners in FLA, Florida. Shout out to the Gators, shout out to the Seminoles, shout out to the Hurricanes, shout out to Walt Disney, shout out to the Magic, shout out to the Heat, shout out to the Dolphins, shout out to the Rays, shout out to the what's the Miami what's the name of that team? The Miami Marlins. Shout out to them.
Shout out to the Williams, the Hayes family. Yes. My cousin down there in Panama City. You know, when we go back out to play, I'm gonna be down there to visit. Cause I like Florida.
Yeah, I like Florida too, but it gets a little weird down here every now and then. But today we're talking about the top 5 things you could not do as kids that kids can do today. Number 5, we couldn't talk back. No, you talk back. Who you talking to?
You can talk back.
That's who you talking to comes from. Who you talking to? That's where it comes from.
You can talk back. You just wouldn't live to tell about it.
Number 4, you can't have a bill in your baby's name today. What type of foolishness is that? That is called fraud today. You could get locked up for fraud for putting a water bill in your baby's name. Oh, that's fraud today. Number 3, what's in this house stays in this house. Or you have best believe you was the best secret keeper at 10 years old. I'm trying to tell you.
You better be. You better be.
2. This is a good one. Today, these kids don't know nobody's phone number. They don't know their own house number. They don't know their damn address. They don't know the house numbers. They don't know nothing. They don't know their grandma's phone number. They don't listen. Do you know how many phones that we had disconnected? You know how many phone names I had to remember? You know how many people's names I had to, addresses I had to remember? 718-723-4755 was my grandmother's number. My grandmother been dead over 20 years. Okay, I still remember that number. I'm trying to tell you, we had to remember phone numbers and addresses.
Yeah, you don't have to now.
They don't ever have to remember a phone number.
Because it's in their phone. All they have to do is go to their phone and say somebody's name, it pops up. And yeah, I mean, when I used to do nails door to door, I had to commit all of my customers' phone numbers to memory. Me and my daughter used to play a game. She used to call out one of my clients' names, and I would get it right. If I got it wrong, she got $1. Yeah. So they don't know. Another thing kids don't know today either is to tell time, because everything is digital.
Yes.
They know what 10:05 is, but they don't know how to go to a clock and show you where 5 minutes after 10 is.
And here's the other thing they don't know how to do. They do not know how to write in cursive.
No, and you don't have to.
It's atrocious. These kids, how these kids write in cursive.
Listen, it has been taken out of the curriculum. You do not have to write. I can't even tell you
how many times my mother used to ball up my homework. It used to make me crazy. Ball up my homework because a letter was written the wrong way. Oh, I swear to God, I can't even tell you how many cuss words I done said to her under my breath. Oh, I can't even tell you how many cuss words I done said.
You know how many beatings I got? How many times I got smacked upside the head walking past me at the kitchen table? Oh no, you ain't turning that in. What? Yeah. And to this day, my handwriting is horrible. It just is. I don't have good handwriting. But
because your T was slanted the wrong way.
And see, I'm left-handed, and nobody in my family is left-handed. So my mother didn't even know I was left-handed for years, because she was making me write with my right hand, because she just figured I was right-handed, until one day she saw me writing with my left hand and was like, why don't you just tell me? And I'm saying to myself, well, I couldn't, because you kept bashing me in my head. You knocked my memory out. Every time I tried to tell you, you hit me, so I forgot.
But kids, if there's any kids listening, it's important to remember at least 5 phone numbers.
Your mama's.
Especially if you are a Black male. It is important for you to remember at least 5 phone numbers. Make it your business to remember at least 5 phone numbers. Because guess what? Guess what happens? You can lose your phone. You can get arrested and now they take your phone. Or you can have your phone. There's a lot of things that can happen. Okay? You need to make it your business to remember. I bet you any amount of money. If I ask one of my children what's the house number, they don't know.
And the thing you said about, you can lose your phone. Even better yet, in the climate we're in, and your son gets arrested, the first thing they're going to take is his cell phone. How you going to call me? How you going to call me if you don't know my number?
Yep.
Yep.
That's why you should make it your business to remember at least 5 phone numbers.
Yeah.
Make it your business.
I agree. I absolutely agree. You cannot put everything in your phone. The phone is good as a reminder. It is not supposed to be your all in all. You're not supposed to depend on it. You're not supposed to depend on it. It is not your brain. Let your brain do what it's supposed to do, and that is work.
Like you said, though, you said it. You said in this climate especially.
Yeah.
And that was my message. Like, you need to know at least 5 phone numbers. Your mama, hopefully your mother and father live together. But if not, your daddy, your aunt, your uncle, and maybe your cousin. wait. I'm sorry. Your grandparents. I miss your grandparents. Yeah. Your mother, your father, your grandparents, and an aunt or uncle. You need to remember at least 5 of them.
And when it's your aunt or your uncle, you make it your gangster aunt or uncle. Because when you're in trouble, you don't want no weak back aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
Now, my sister's
kids.
You know
what aunt to call.
My sister's kids were more scared to tell me they had a bad report card than their mother. But when
you know what aunt to call.
But Jamaica knew when it got hot. Yvonne, because she was the first one. It wasn't Aunt Vaughn yet. Yvonne, guess what's going down? I got you. Okay.
Yes. You got. And remember addresses. You have to remember the address. You can't say, "Oh, it's over there around the corner from McDonald's." You can't say that.
No.
Remember the address.
Right.
Remember. Okay. Here's what you do. Remember 5 phone numbers and at least 3 addresses. It's an exercise for the memory. It's okay to exercise that memory. Okay?
These kids don't want to know nothing.
50 years old and I remember that 718-723-4755 number. Before that, it was someone that used to be 212. 212 before they changed the area code.
My first phone number when I bought my house in 1998 is the same number that I use at CVS. Never changed it. 631-643-0788. Now, I was in that house almost 20 years. That house I bought in 1998. I no longer live in that house, but I remember 631-643-0788.
Now, if you don't remember, if you was a situation like me and you had a different phone, if you change phone numbers 3 times a year, then I understand you not remembering that phone number. Because we change phones at least 3 times a year because there were 3 kids. Noel had a phone bill, Jason had a phone bill, and Christopher had a phone bill. So yeah, we had at least 3 different phones in 1 year. And that was every year till we left the house.
And when you left the house, you still had a bill, you just didn't know. You just didn't know it.
Yeah, well, we didn't know we had a bill until we went to go get our own phone. I got a new apartment. I'm gonna get a phone. Can I please get a phone? No, Mr. Epps. You can't get a phone because you have a bill that's due from 1977. What? You got a bill due from 1977. Bell Atlantic. Bell Atlantic.
Right. You know how old that is? Bell Atlantic isn't even around anymore. You know? Yes.
I'm trying to tell you.
Lord. And remember when AT&T was the only game in town?
That's right.
And your telephone used to be on the kitchen wall, not in the back pocket on your butt.
With the long wire.
Yep. And then if you was really boiling, you had the phone upstairs. Now the phone upstairs was next to my parents' room, so I would take the phone out and put it in my room and speak low like they didn't hear me, right? So what my father would do is just pull the thing right out the wall. I'm in mid, yeah, girl, yeah. Oh, shoot, Daddy.
Did you ever listen to the ring? Now, it's the same ring all the time. You couldn't change the rings in the phone. Mm-hmm. But did you ever listen to the ring and decipher who was at the other end of that phone? Oh, I could tell by how that phone rang that was a bill collector. Oh, I could tell by that phone ring. Did you ever do that? I thought I could tell.
No. But recently, we got a phone call, and the lady was so peppy. Hello, may I speak to Hayes Poole? I said, yep, you sure can. She said, okay. Do I need to hold on? I said, I don't know. How soon you going to heaven? She said, excuse me? How soon you going to heaven? I don't understand. Well, that's where he at. So if you want to speak to Hayes Poole, you're going to have to either dial heaven or go there. So, I brought that up because me and my mother was laughing because growing up, you'd call my house, and if I wasn't there, they said, well, do you know where she at? And my father would always tell them, if she wanted you to know where she was at, you wouldn't be calling me, you'd be there with her.
That's right.
So why
and here's the other thing you can do. Here's the other thing you could do back in the day. Here's the other thing you could do back in the day with those phones. You could actually have a prank phone call. Prank phone call to somebody today is hard. It's a whole technique to it. It's a whole system you gotta go through. Okay, but to prank phone call somebody back in the day, there was no caller ID and none of that. You got a whole fool on the phone.
Remember when they came out with that star 69? That you press star 69 and it rings back?
That's a fact.
Oh, so many people got caught out there with that. Ooh, child. Ooh, that star 69 and that star 67. You could restrict your number with the star 67. Ooh.
Remember party phone lines?
Yes, I do. And they were so much fun. They really were.
You will remember the party phone line.
Yes.
You will remember the phone sex number. Yo, listen, if you call this number right here, but you couldn't remember your grandma's number, but you remember phone sex.
But you know why? Because the phone sex lines, they really advertised them on TV back in the day. Remember the girl was sitting there with that big breast?
Fact.
And her breast was hitting, it looked like her breast was hitting the screen, and don't be lonely tonight. Call Pat.
That's right. You stay up late enough, you get a whole phone sex hot number.
And they gave you.
And the number was easy to remember. It was like 1-800-555-SEXY.
They had, and if you're on Long Island, Suffolk County, it's 631 when 631 came out. Or if you're in Nassau County, 516, Queens 718, Manhattan 212. Okay.
How many times you call the phone sexy hotline? How many times you call?
No, not the phone sexy hotline. I didn't need to call for sex. Okay. No. I could have been girl 6 because remember I got the voice. Hi. Yeah. Listen. Okay, I'm gonna use my voice now.
That voice?
Wait a minute. We're gonna have to go to break. So make sure you come back. Just come back after.
Boy, that phone sex, that line right, that name right there, we hanging up on that one. We hanging up on that voice.
And we are back. You are listening to He Said, She Said. I am your host, Yvonne, the Motivator Man. And my boy, Noel Epps, is here with me. He's my co-host. My show is Determined Women of Destiny every Friday night, 7 p.m. on the Rude Rangers Unite Facebook page. And if you stay tuned, right after this show at 8 o'clock is Dear Daughter. And that is Common Discussion, talked about in an uncommon way. And Noel is Not Just Sports by Noel Epps every Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Now,
right.
We've been talking about things that you couldn't do when you were a kid that kids do now. So, Noel, run it down for us.
Number 5. Oh, you couldn't talk back. Like Yvonne's daddy said, if somebody was taller than you, you better not talk back to them.
Close your mouth.
Number 4. Oh, we couldn't have a bill. These slave kids can't have a bill in their name. Oh, we had all types of bills in our name. Matter of fact, I'm 50 and I probably still got a Bell Atlantic phone bill in my name.
Listen, my daughter can't get nothing from Fingerhut.
Number 3, what happens in this house stays in this house. Oh, you was disloyal. You knew how to keep a secret. Oh, you knew how to keep a secret. You wasn't out here telling everybody your business. And it made you a good liar. I ain't gonna lie to you. It made you a better liar. Number 2, we remember phone numbers and addresses.
That's
We
right.
remembered this stuff. Then we didn't have no phones to rely on, no Blackberries, no Androids, we didn't have none of that. We had a little black book, and it was a pain in the butt to pull that book out. Remember the telephone book? Remember that?
Yeah.
All that stuff don't exist today.
Nope.
And you have number one. The number one thing that we
could never do as kids that they do now. Oh, can you please tell your father to give me a call? That ain't my father, that's my mama boyfriend. Huh?
Whoa. Wait. Let's start all over. See this kid. You don't mess me up here. Okay. What?
That's right. Can you please tell your father that he has to move the garbage cans after the garbage man comes because he's blocking my driveway? That ain't my father, that's my mama's boyfriend.
Whoa. That falls into the category of what happens in this house stays in this house. That falls into that category.
Listen, how about your mother and father? Well, you know my parents ain't married and you sitting up there 16. What you mean your parents ain't married? No, my parents never got married. Your parents never got married? Mm-mm, they just live together. You don't be saying that.
That's today's baby. Today's baby, the parents live together forever and ain't married. When we was growing up, our parents was married.
Listen,
our parents was married.
And if they did live together, they were shacking, and our grandparents made them feel so bad they got married eventually.
Oh, you was all types of bastard childs and everything else.
And you just, like my grandmother just said, you just shacking. That's a sin before God, that's shacking. You're just shacking.
It was messy. And let me tell you something. If your friends knew that your parents wasn't married, you was the outcast. That was a thing.
That's it.
That was a thing back then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I didn't know.
Your papa was a Rolling Stone, and where he laid his hat was his home. Oh, man, that was a secret.
I didn't know anything about divorce until I was 10 years old in 5th grade. I remember Miss Wells' class. I had a friend. Her name was Jessie Johnson. And her mother was a beautiful blonde, but she had no daddy because her mother was divorced. But nobody said her mother was divorced. It's just that Jessie Johnson, they had no daddy. So I said to my mother, Mommy, because now they got the Wish King kids before, and they had the trolls, and they were called something else when we was little dolls. And I said, Mom, I want those dolls. I want to collect them like Jessie Johnson. Guess what my mother said? My mother said, the only reason why Jessie got them dolls that collect, because she ain't got no father. You got a father. You don't need no doll collection like that.
Wow. Wow.
Everything. Oh, Mommy, Jessie Johnson. That's because she ain't got no father.
Poor Jessie Johnson. Your mother went to Jessie Johnson's head because the daddy wasn't, Mr. Johnson wasn't there.
She ain't got no daddy.
You can't have no troll doll because Jessie Johnson ain't got a dad. You hear yourself?
No, my mother said, because I was saying, every time I said Jessie Johnson got, and I'd like to know where Jessie Johnson is today too. My mother would say, that's because she ain't got no father. She ain't got no father. If she had a father, but what my mother was trying to say is her mother's overcompensating with all this stuff.
Yes.
And she's only trying, she's just trying to make her feel better because she's an only child and it's just her and her mother. But that's not the way.
But your dog collection was catching hell because Jessie Johnson ain't had no dad.
No, because I wasn't into dogs. That's another reason why my mother was
No, you said you wanted a troll collection, right?
I wanted the dog collection because Jessie had it. My mother was.
So you couldn't get it because Mr. Johnson didn't come home, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, well, you can put it that way, or you can understand the fact that my mother knew I was into cars, and I was only trying to be like Jessie Johnson because for some reason I thought she was wonderful. Now, if I would have came home and said I wanted another Matchbox car, that wouldn't have shocked my mother. Because I've always been into cars. So my mother was like, she ain't got no father. Oh, Mommy, can I have them bows like Jessie Johnson? Jessie got them bows because she ain't got no father. I had long hair. I didn't want bows. But because of Jessie, and my mother was like, no, Jessie only got them bowls because she ain't got no father. You got a father. You don't need no bowls.
Well, listen to this. I got a couple of honorable mentions that I would love to mention. Okay. Honorable mentions. Okay. Curse in front of adults.
And you die.
In front of adults. Because other adults was allowed to go upside your head. Don't you dare curse in front of another adult. I still don't allow kids to be comfortable cursing in front of me.
No, and you couldn't drink, and you couldn't smoke.
Bet not. Bet not. You better burn yourself trying to put that cigarette out. And now it ain't even cigarettes.
And don't even smell like it. You better not smell like no smoke. And please, and how they say it, reefers. Don't you be smelling like no reefers.
Honorable mention number 2. Express your opinion. Oh, who asked for your opinion? Who asked for your little stinking young thoughts? Who asked about what you care about?
Go ahead and say what the proverbial statement is. You know, an opinion's like everybody got one.
Yes, right.
I don't care. I don't care.
Nobody care about your little young opinion. Shut up. Number 3. Sit at the table with adults while eating. Oh, you used to sit at that little card table over there in the corner. That little card table that had 3 legs, a deck of cards under one of the legs, and taped up. Listen, you go in there and sit at the table with your cousins. Get out of adults' face. Don't be sitting at this table with the adults.
Even better, you sit at the adult table, you notice everybody stops eating in mid-chew, and they looking at you.
All of them looking at you.
Like, what you doing here? And they stop chewing. Their fork is in the middle of the air, and you know, and they looking at you. And nothing resumes back to normal until you get up. Then they start going back chewing and talking again. It's like a movie, like somebody.
Yeah, they all know you little young behind ain't supposed to be there. Number 4. Oh, no. Go to the store and get me a pack of Cool 100s. Yes. You just tell your babies to go to the store and get you a whole cancer stick, a whole packet of cancer sticks. And listen to me. This is cigarettes was about $1.25. My mother used to give me $1, make the other quarter work. Come back with your cigarettes.
$1.25. Honey, I remember when cigarettes was 75 cents.
Oh yeah.
And they were 50. They were 50. And when they went up to 75 cents, everybody's like, oh no, child. I'ma stop smoking. And now it's almost $10 for a pack, and y'all still talking about
almost 10. I think it's almost 10 now. Number 5. Watch.
That's number 1, right?
Well, no. I'm doing the honorable mentions. This is number 5 honorable mention. Number 5 honorable mention. Watch porn. Yes. Oh, we could watch the porn. Oh, porn is readily accessible to these kids at any time today. Oh, we had to jump through hoops.
It's on their phone.
Yes, we had to jump through hoops to watch porn. We used to leave dirty magazines in the bushes.
Listen, remember when cable, you couldn't get cable?
Yes, and you be watching through the squiggly lines.
Yeah, but cable had a porn station.
Yes.
And it came with the package, and you couldn't get rid of the porn.
In the beginning it did.
Yes,
and then they stopped it, and it was all squiggly, and you be sitting there watching the squiggly lines hoping to see your breasts. Yes.
You remember when LaToya Jackson was on the front of Playboy?
Yes.
So my nephew and his friends were sitting outside, and I'm in the kitchen cooking, and they say, okay, who's gonna buy it? And everybody's like, we can't buy it. So I was the cool aunt. So my nephew, they said, why don't you get your aunt Yvonne to go to the store and buy it? She'll get it for us. So my nephew said, no, my nephew says, for what? And they said, because we want to see her new breasts. He said, breasts? Have you seen the women in this house? All I see is breasts. I don't need to see breasts. I know what every size breast looks like.
Wow. Number 6 honorable mention. And I only got to say 2 words.
What?
Street light. Yes.
You better get your butt in here before
Make sure
it
you're
go
behind
on.
in this house when that street light come on.
Yeah.
Don't let that street light come on. And you still out there talking about red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Oh yes, there was gonna be some issues when you got to that house. If that street light was on and you were still outside.
I got a quick one. The word what? When your parents called you and you said what?
Oh, yes.
See, my mother
you ain't lying. My kids just said what to me today. My kids just said what to me today. Last one before we go. Last one before we go.
What is it?
Oh, play virtual games. Oh, we didn't have no virtual games.
Shut up.
Oh, we had hide and go seek, hot piece butter, red light, green light, 7 minutes in heaven. No, that's what we had. We didn't have no Mann, no Fortnite. Yeah, none of that stuff.
I got a Fortnite for you. Yes, I do. I got a fort in the backyard, and you can go up in there tonight and stay up underneath that fort, which is nothing but except a canopy top that we stole out of somebody's driveway who was fixing their car. Now, listen, we got to get out of here. Okay? We thank you so much for listening to He Said, She Said. Again, I'm Yvonne, the Motivated Man. Check out my show, Determined Women of Destiny, Friday night, 7 p.m. on Rude Rangers Entertainment, or just stay right here. Right after this show is Dear Daughter. And then Sunday, please go and check out Noel's show, Not Just Sports, by Noel Epps at 9 a.m. Now that we got you checking out our show, we want to make sure that you know we got to get your comments. That's the only way we get to know how you feel about what we're doing. So make sure you like and you share this episode and leave your comments. He Said, She Said is powered by Rude Rangers Entertainment, and our creative producer is
R-U-D-Y Rudy!
Hey, Jay Breedy. Listen, y'all have a blessed day, and we'll see you next episode. Goodbye. Just bye.
Peace.